Yo guys, and welcome back. Today we're back on another video, and today we are actually gonna be I'm gonna be reacting to the how the Championship League table finished. I know, it's a bit late, kind of, cause bit early. Because Brentford actually, I mean, third to sixth place have not done their playoffs yet. It's gonna start tomorrow, the first leg, which is pretty exciting. But we're just gonna do it anyway. So let's see. So we're gonna start off with bottom and gradually go up and end up at Leeds. So first, Hull City. Now, the start of the season, Hull City were playing alright. But ever since after lockdown, it's just become just crazy. It's not being good for them. Look at this. Look at this one. Like they've had a draw to Charlton. They had a win over Birmingham. They beat Stoke. They beat Preston. They drew to Middlesbrough. They beat Fulham. Beat Derby. Beat Forest. Beat Sheffield Wednesday. Drew to Cardiff. Beat Luton. Beat us. Yeah. They were playing pretty good. I can't lie. They were playing some nice football. But then, after lockdown, they have just been losing all their games. And it's quite a shock, really. I didn't think Hull City were going to be, well, bottom anyway, but even in the relegation. So that is a crazy one. Next up, we're going Wigan Athletic. Now, Wigan Athletic, they were actually, where were they? Let me think. They were, had around 59 points, kind of. Yeah, they were like 13th, something like that. But then they went into administration and they had their 12-point deduction, which ruined their story for them. And it looks like they are going down to League One. I mean, I feel for Wigan fans. I'm so if you're a Wigan fan, I feel for you. I really do. Well, I did not think Wigan were gonna have that 12-point deduction. It was pending. The decision was pending. Like, nobody knew what is going on. Sheffield Wednesday could have had them, but we're gonna get to them. Wigan, it was. Everybody was thinking about it. Literally, I just wanted to know, right now, because that would have helped Luton, of course. Next up, we're moving to Charlton. Now, Charlton, it's been a big fat surprise, just like Hull City. I mean, wow, nobody thought they were gonna get relegated. They were actually up there. They were far from relegation. They were doing good at the start of the season. They were rocking. They were playing some good football. They were getting some goals, and yeah, and then same as Hull City, after lockdown, it just corrupted. They did win a few matches, can't lie. They did alright, but they like they finished off horribly for them. And I also feel for Charlton fans. I mean, well, we're gonna get to them. Next up, Barnsley. Barnsley, wow. Beating Nottingham Forest and Brentford. Wow. Nottingham Forest and Brentford absolutely bottled it. They absolutely bottled it. I mean, wow. Clark Odder, I think it is, 91st minute goal. That's incredible. Charlton must have been crying at the moment. I really do feel for Charlton for that. Barnsley have ruined it for Charlton, but I feel happy for Barnsley. I mean, kind of been a mixed season for them. They were out of relegation zone, in relegation zone. But I think overall they do deserve to stay up. Yeah. Next up, we're going to Birmingham. Now, Birmingham, they were actually up there in the middle and start of the season. They were up there, but after that they just, I don't know what happened. They started losing quite a few games. after lockdown. A lot of people, I mean, you think they're gonna do better after lockdown, but no, actually, they haven't. They've done worse, really. But they've been losing games to Derby County, Preston. Just look at their away form right now. Look at their away form. Look at their last 5 games. Lose, lose, draw, lose, lose. That it's not being good for Birmingham. I can't lie. It is not being good for Birmingham. Then another lose after that. But then they got they lost 3-0 to Huddersfield, which was important for Huddersfield. Then they got draw Chelsea, which that was I remember watching that match. That was a good match. So Birmingham, yeah, overall they do deserve to stay up though. I mean, at the start and the middle of the season, they won a lot of games. They did win quite a few games, so they did deserve to stay up. It's just the end of season it ruined for them. They could have finished mid-table easy, but it got ruined for them. Next up, we're going to Luton. We're going to Luton Town. Now, it's been a rollercoaster ride for Luton Town. I mean, I honestly thought they were gonna get relegated throughout like the middle of the season. For like 4 weeks in a row, like nearly a month, they were sat 24th right at the bottom. And I thought it was over. But literally a spark, like ever since Nathan Jones came to the team, which was after when the game started playing again. He's just rocked it for Luton. He put a magic spark into the Luton Town players, and they have just performed. Kazenga Lualawa has just been amazing this season. James Collins been getting some goals too, I can't lie. Danny Hilton after the recovery. I think we nearly actually lost Danny Hilton, but he got a contract. But then against Blackburn Rovers though, wow. I'm not gonna say we got lucky. We deserve those goals though. We deserve those goals. Those goals in the penalty, but we deserve them. We really did. When we were 1-0 down to Blackburn, I thought it was over. Again, I thought it was over. But no, we stood up strong and we accepted the fact that we conceded and we got on with it. And we managed to get some goals. But it finished 3-2. Once we were winning 3-1, I thought, that's it, we're staying up. When it was 3-2, I was a bit shaky. Like, we can do this, just don't concede. And we did it, and that's all that matters. However it's a goal, it counts. Next up is Huddersfield. Now, we beat Huddersfield 2-0. Huddersfield, to be honest, when we beat Huddersfield, I thought Huddersfield, that was it. They were going to get relegated. I thought they were going to get relegated as soon as we won that match. But they did stay up. They did. After that, what happened? They drew to Sheffield Wednesday, got a point. They beat West Brom now back. That was a result for Huddersfield. And West Brom, after that, they got shaky. They did get shaky. They were probably shaky. But, like, Emile Smith-Rowe, fair play to you. 86-minute goal. Wow. That must have been pretty exciting for the Huddersfield fans right then. But, yeah. Other than that, Huddersfield, I think you do deserve to stay up. Yeah. At the start of the season, you were winning some games. But Luton have stole 6 points from Huddersfield, actually. They made a song to mock us, but we took 6 points away from them. And, yeah, we beat them we beat them 2-1 in the first game. I remember that game. And then we beat them 2-0, I believe. Yeah, we beat them 2-0, yeah, obviously. That game was on Sky Sports, which is pretty good. And then, going on to Middlesbrough now. Let's check Middlesbrough's away form. Now, they beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-1, which I didn't think was going to happen. 94th minute goal. And then they lost to Cardiff, beat Reading, lost to Bristol, beat Millwall. I did not expect that. No, lost to Middlesbrough, then lost to Hull City. I thought they should have. Oh, 90th. I don't remember this game. 91st minute goal. Wow, Hull City. It must have been empty after the 8th minute. Wow. All the way up to the 94th minute, though. Bit dramatic right then. That was probably an important game for Hull City, even though it looks quite far back. But yeah. So yeah, you can see quite a few losses and draws right here, but then if you start to go up, you see a few victories, draws, quite mixed matched for them, quite mixed matched. Yeah, but I do think Middlesbrough, yeah, they've done what they can, and they've managed to stay up. But yeah, you can finally breathe now, Middlesbrough. They might have thought they were going to get relegated, but you're safe, you're safe. Next up is Sheffield Wednesday. Now, Sheffield Wednesday against Fulham, that game against Fulham was one heck of a good game, that was. I remember watching that game. I actually watched that game. It was a good game. I can't lie. That was an exciting game. And to be honest, Sheffield Wednesday, ever since really the start and the end of the season, they have really they look like they were gonna finish kind of about mid-table, kind of, not really, but like a bit down. But they were never down there in that relegation. They've always been around like 14th, 15th, 16th place. Well, you can look, Stoke, Reading, and Sheffield Wednesday have all got the same points. So yeah, it's just the goal difference, really. But Sheffield Wednesday have been getting quite a few goals in. I mean, they've got -8 goal difference, but that doesn't mean they have had that barely any goals. They have had quite a few goals. And yeah, moving on to Stoke City. Now, we drew to them 1-1 and then lost 3-0 the first game against them. 91st, that was just a penalty 91st minute. Wow. That was just a good old game, that was. Stoke City, wow, surprising they did actually finish quite high off. I thought they were going to finish 8th though, but so Stoke City, what have you done, bro? No, but at the start of the season, they were down there. They were like 20th, 21st. They were in the relegation zone at one point. Pardon me. And then they just started winning some games. The manager had a talk with them probably, and they listened, and they obviously took that advice in, and started to win some games. I mean, I thought they were going to be down there just surviving, but no. After like a couple of games after lockdown, they just took a breath, and that's it. 5-1 against Salto. I thought they were going to do better, though. I thought Stoke City could have done better. But, obviously, talking about this season, they did alright then after they started losing a lot of games. Next up, we're going Reading. Reading, really, I have not been looking that much into Reading, but another game, Blackburn versus Reading. What a game that was. I mean, once Blackburn looked strong in that game, both teams were fighting for that. I mean, Luton did lose to Reading 5-0. Can't lie about that, I have to point out. We did lose 5-0 to Reading. Blackburn Rovers, though, I was scared, like, once that game was done, I was like, how on earth are we going to be Blackburn? They look strong. You had Adam Armstrong playing absolutely amazing in that match, and you had John Swift in the first... No, like, in the first half, there was 2-1 to Blackburn, and I thought we're never going to be Blackburn, but we did. And I think Reading, when they beat Luton, I thought Reading were actually a good team. The way they played against Luton and beat us 5-0, it's almost as if, how do they finish how did they finish 14th? They should have finished at least 8th, nearly top 6. Well, the way they played against us, but maybe that was just us, and maybe we just played poor, and we did play Port, but it was quite hard against Reading. Once we were like 2-0 down, it's over. When it's 2-0 down, like, you know, it's kind of over. But other than that, Reading deserve that place, kind of. Yeah, they deserve that place. That's mid-table for them is fine. Not down, not really up there. Mid-table for them is perfect. Same with QPR, really. Moving on to QPR. Yes, during to Luton, I was happy with that. But when this Dominic Ball 65th minute, I was quite annoyed with that match. I really wanted to get that 3 points. When it was half time, I was like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna probably get another one, but because we were playing good in that first half. But no, we let it down. I mean, it was all QPR really in the second half. I can't lie about that, but 1 point is good. We'll take we took the point, and yeah. QPR, another team that deserved to be there in mid-table. Moving on to Bristol City now. Bristol City have had quite a few wins this season. They have had, let me check it out again, they have had 17 wins. They've had quite a few wins actually. I mean, 3-1 against Middlesbrough. Their away form hasn't been too good their last 5 games. I mean, 2-1 only to City, but before that, I remember they were winning quite a few games. They were actually up there. At one point, they were up there, like around 7th place, something like that. But then they lost quite a few. They lost and started to draw, kind of. But it was kind of like mixed matching, kind of. But yeah. Moving on to Blackburn Rovers. I thought they were going to win the last game, really, but Luton had the spirit, and yeah, they beat Reading. The last 2 games were wow, like 7 goals in the second to last match, and then 5 goals in the last match. They lost to Millwall. They drew to West Bromwich. They played well. I remember watching that match. That was a good game. Blackburn versus Cardiff. That was a good game, but then they lost to Leeds 3-1. Then Barnsley, yeah, I remember this. Barnsley beat them. I was so annoyed after that. I mean, I didn't think Blackburn were gonna let Barnsley score 2 goals against them. I didn't. Connor Chaplin has been amazing for Barnsley this season. So has Jacob Brown, but Connor Chaplin, he's been amazing for Luton. But yeah, Luton beat them, and yeah. Now moving on to Derby County. Now what a game, Luton versus Derby County. I mean, we beat them 3-2 at home. What a game that was. They scored like the 85th minute, then like straight away we responded and scored in the 86th minute. 1 minute after them, it was kick-off, and literally I can't remember, they were on the attack. But then it was from the defence who booted it down all the way to attack, crossing. Then it was an own goal, I think. Yeah, it was an own goal. Leeds did beat them 3-1, it looks like. But then they, after that match, they responded and beat Birmingham 3-1. That was the last game of the season for Birmingham. Unfortunately, they lost, though. But it looks like the away form is not the best. It's not the best. Let's look at this. Win, lose. Wow, Derby County haven't been performing golf that much. Oh, wow. Oh, they beat Wigan. Oh, no, wait. They beat Reading and they beat Preston. That's pretty good. They beat Millwall 3-2. Yeah, that's so good. So then they beat Blackburn Rovers 3-0. Wow, Blackburn Rovers. Don't know what happened there, but Preston North End. I thought they were going to finish like 13th. But yeah, they won quite a few matches. That was the first game back. when we drew to Preston, 86th minute, Callum McManaman. No, Callum McManaman has had 2 goals in the 86th minute this season, which is pretty good, and he's had one in the 80th minute. So he's had 3 late goals, which is important for Luton, and he's done good at that. But Preston North End, fair play. I mean, they've won quite a few matches this season, really. They've drew quite a few. They've lost, but overall they deserve to be 9th. Yeah. Going into Millwall they've won quite a few matches and they've lost a few matches. But their away form has been good. I can't lie. But losing, QPR versus Millwall, what a game! I thought Millwall were going to win that, but no, they didn't. But their away form has been pretty good. But losing to Middlesbrough, I did not expect that though. At least they should have won that, at the least. But their away form has been looking pretty good. Oh yeah, Barnsley were fighting for that victory, but they couldn't get it because Millwall's defence was unbelievable. Like 10 shots, 5 on target. Millwall went for some shots, but they weren't on target. There was only one that was on target, but I can't remember that shot. I watched that match. Derby versus Millwall. Yeah, I just watched the highlights of that match. It was a pretty good match actually. That was 2 late goals. Oh, what just happened there? Yeah, there was 2 late goals right then. Sorry about that. But yeah, anyway, moving back on. That was 2 late goals. And Derby deserved that win though. Derby were fighting the whole way. So was Millwall, but that last goal from Millwall was a scruffy goal, literally. Derby, the defence, they were booing it literally at the Millwall. They couldn't clear it out, but then Millwall scored. And then moving on to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, wow. Oh my days. Literally, what a end of the season for Nottingham Forest and Swansea. Not so much for Nottingham Forest. How have they done that? Literally, Nottingham Forest bottled it. Stoke City beating them 4-1. Swansea, wow, I feel for Swansea fans. I'm like in happiness, but then I also feel for Nottingham Forest fans in sadness. Nottingham Forest fans must be so depressed right now. They've been up in top 6 for so long, but then they just fell out, and Swansea have just overtook them, and they've got into top 6. Like, what are the chances of that? What are the chances of that happening? And Swansea have done it. Swansea winning 4-1. Which I'm moving on to Swansea. But Nottingham Forest have had a lot of victories. They did kind of deserve top 6. But Swansea were fighting it out too. They won 4-1 against Reading. I mean, I didn't think Swansea were going to be Reading 4-1. After they beat Luton 5-0, I thought Reading were a brilliant team. Red card in the 40th minute. Yeah, that was a red card, definitely. That was a dirty slide tackle behind. That would look painful. Wayne Routledge has been one of the best players for Swansea this season. He really has. Yeah, Swansea have deserved. I want Nottingham Forest and Swansea have both deserved to be in top 6. But at the end of the day, it's Swansea who go through to the top 6. Can't argue about that decision. I mean, Nottingham Forest, you bottled it against Stoke City. And Swansea have beat Reading, and you have to accept that fact that has happened. And yeah, I don't know why I keep pressing that button. Moving on to the Welsh team, Cardiff. That championship semi-final leg is going to be a big one. Cardiff versus Fulham. But anyways, moving on to the matches they have played. Their away form has been brilliant. Not too much, but alright. I mean, they lost to Fulham 2-0, which kind of gives you a clue what is going to happen. Well, you never know, but the semi-final leg, playoff leg 1. But Fulham did deserve that game. They beat Middlesbrough 3-1 fair and square. They thrashed Hull City 3-0. They beat Derby County 2-1. And yeah, they lost to Fulham. Lost to Blackburn Rovers 3-2, which Blackburn Rovers just got the goal in the 70th minute. Pretty late. 20 minutes ago. Anything could have happened in those 20 minutes. But yeah. Right, now moving on to Fulham. Alexander Mitrovic has been amazing for Fulham. It's been amazing. They just, at the start of the season, I remember they beat Luton 2-1. But I remember that game. That was an amazing game. I thought we were going to win, but it was quite sad though. We lost 2-1. Then moving on to Brentford. Barnsley having that last goal against Brentford. They just had to win a game against Barnsley, and I think it was Stoke, and they bottled it. They just bottled it. Just won. If they won this, they would have been automatic promotion, banging on the Premier League, but they bottled it. Moving on to West Brom. Wow, they are finally they're returning back to the Premier League after a couple of seasons, but they thoroughly deserve it. Moving on to Leeds, I thought they were going to finish 4th this season, but wow, they played absolutely amazing. Luton drew to them, Luton played really well, but they scored in the 63rd minute. We could have won that, but that was amazing. Leeds, they've won a lot of games this season. 6-game wins more than West Brom. 93 points, 10 more points than second place West Brom. Leeds have played amazing this season. I thought they were going to come 4th, but no. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please smash that thumbs up, like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts on what you think about the table. And yeah, guys, peace out.